Oromia Dispatch Number 11, From Power to Persecution, The Political Journey of Dendea. By Banti Kitesa. Introduction, From Collaborator to Captive. Dendea once stood among Ethiopia's ruling elite. As State Minister for Peace under Abiy Ahmed's Prosperity Party, PP, he operated from within the machinery that now hunts him. Today, he is imprisoned, persecuted by the very regime he served. His journey reflects a bitter truth familiar to many Oromos. In Ethiopia's imperial system, even obedience offers no protection. Loyalty is transactional, and Oromo voices, whether cooperative or defiant, are silenced when they stop serving power. This is not just Dendea's story. It is a cautionary tale about how the regime manipulates Oromo figures, exploits internal divisions, and crushes all dissent, especially when it comes from within. From advocate to agent of repression. Dendea began his political life speaking for Oromo rights. But rather than join the Oromo Liberation Front, OLF, or support the Oromo Liberation Army, OLA, he opted to work within the state's so-called reformist framework. In 2021, he became State Minister for Peace, a title that masked a campaign of violent suppression. During his tenure, Dendea helped implement policies that targeted Oromo youth and activists. The government labeled the OLA a terrorist organization, weaponizing this designation to justify sweeping crackdowns across Oromia. Thousands were jailed. Protests were crushed. And the state's peace efforts became a cover for occupation. Dendea, though silent in public, was instrumental in this agenda. He enforced policies that criminalized Oromo identity and resistance. In doing so, he became a tool of the very system Oromos have fought for generations. The break, from insider to enemy. But in late 2023, the script flipped. Dendea broke ranks. He questioned the government's sincerity in peace negotiations with the OLA in Tanzania. He denounced the suppression of opposition rallies. And on social media, he accused Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of playing with human blood. The regime responded with characteristic speed and brutality. He was fired on December 11 and arrested the next day. The state accused him of conspiring with the OLA, citing planted evidence, including firearms and an OLA flag allegedly found in his home. Released briefly on bail, the courts reversed course. On June 2, 2025, just hours after charges were reinstated, he was rearrested. His fate now hangs in the balance. What Dendea's fall reveals. Dendea's story should be a wake-up call for all Oromos. Here are some of the lessons. First, you can't reform colonial power from within. Dendea tried to work inside a system built to dominate Oromos. His fall proves what many already knew: the Prosperity Party tolerates no true reform, only submission. Secondly, repression has no favorites. Dendea helped criminalize Oromo resistance. Yet the very tools he wielded were turned against him. Today it's him. Tomorrow, it's the next obedient Oromo who dares to speak. Thirdly, division is the regime's weapon. Dendea's past antagonism toward the OLF and OLA reflects the fractures in Oromo politics. But his imprisonment must unify, not divide. The regime targets all Oromo nationalists, regardless of faction or former loyalty. Last but not least, speaking truth still matters. Despite his complicity, Dendea's public break was courageous. He used his voice when silence was safer. That act, however late, reclaims some dignity and reminds us that resistance can begin at any point. Conclusion: a traitor or a turned ally? Dendea's story is tragic, but not unfamiliar. Too many Oromos have learned too late that the Ethiopian state does not forgive Oromo pride, whether it's loud and defiant or quiet and hopeful. If Taiya emerges from prison ready to stand for the people he once betrayed, his experience can serve as a warning, and maybe a turning point. In the Oromo struggle for freedom and dignity, there is room for the redeemed, but no room for illusions. The road to liberation demands unity, clarity, and the courage to speak even when the cost is everything. Thank you.